Boom, what is up, guys? It's your boy J-Dog back with another video. In today's video, we're going to be talking about what happened to Jarrett Culver and where is he at currently. So before we get in the video, I want you guys to subscribe, like, and turn post notifications on so you don't miss any more of my epic J-Dog content. Now, we're not going to talk about his high school career. We're going to kind of go ahead into his college days because I do still want to talk a little bit about how he was a good player at first. So we'll start at college. But first I want to mention he was born in Dallas, Texas at the age of 3, where he moved to Lubbock, Texas, where he grew up most of his life. So his father is a pastor of Rising Star Baptist Church. So he baptizes people. So Culver grew up playing football and soccer before focusing on basketball while at Irons Middle School. So at Irons Middle School, he got to play more basketball. And, yep. So he also played NBA 2K. He loved NBA 2K. Like any other kid probably would. Like if you're a basketball fan, you definitely should play 2K as a kid. So I'm on his feet there. But anyways, he used to play a lot of pickup basketball games in his driveway with his older brothers, Trey and JJ. Yeah, not gonna lie, I used to be like that too. Used to always play 1v1 against my uncle. And I used to play against my dad too, because I used to have a hoop at my tata's, and we would do pickup games. I guess you could call that a pickup game. Anyways, let's get started to his college career, where he made his freshman year of college on November 10th, 2017. And Culver debuted for Texas Tech in a 75-50 win over South Alabama, scoring 2 points in 16 minutes. So that was his debut in college. He did not do phenomenal in his debut. And, yep, he only had 2 points, which is pretty rare. But anyways, he recorded a season high in a non-conference play against Wofford on November 22nd, where he had 21 points. And then in his next game, Culver had 18 points and a season-best 7 assists in a 103-69 win over Savannah State. And then about a couple days later, he was named Big 12 Conference Newcomer of the Week. And then on December 16th, Culver decided to come up clutch and get 8 points and a season-high 6 assists against Rice. And then he scored his first double-double in 2018 of February. That game was against West Virginia with season best of 26 points and 12 rebounds. And he finished his freshman year with 11.2 points per game, 4.8 rebounds per game, and 1.1 steals per game. And in total, in that freshman year, he had 229 points total in his freshman year in conference play. So, breaking the Texas Tech freshman record, who was originally set by Martin Zeno back in 2005, and Culver thought it was time to break that record and make a fresh new record. So that was basically it for Culver's freshman year of college. But next up is his sophomore year. So entering his sophomore season, Culver was named preseason All Big 12 honorable mention. He was also one of 20 players to make the 2019 Jerry West Award list. Then Culver assumed a leading role in his second year with departures of key players like Zaire Smith and Keon Evans. Now, Zaire Williams is kind of like Jarrett Culver right now. Like, what happened to Zaire Smith? So, basically, Zaire Smith wasn't good in his rookie year. He barely even played. He was injured. So, he didn't play much in his rookie year. And then in his second year, he only had 1.1 points per game. And the only reason I know that is because if you look at players' stats in 2K from their past years in their career, they have an average of points per game, and Zaire Smith had 1.1 points per game. So anyways, back to Jarrett Culver, and Jarrett Culver made his sophomore debut on November 6th, 2018, where he had 16 points and 4 assists in an 87-37 win over Incarnate Ward. By the way, that's a big blowout. The biggest blowout in history. On November 20th, Culver had 26 points against none other than Nebraska. And he won Most Valuable Player honors at the Hall of Fame Classic. So I don't think he won MVP, but there was honors that he was going to be winning Most Valuable Player. But I don't think that ever happened. So anyways, the next day after that, he became one of the 20 players to be named to the Oscar Robertson Trophy mid-season. Then a couple of days or weeks later, he had 30 points, shooting 12 of 13 from the field in a December 15th victory over Albaleni Christian. And then shortly after, he was Big 12 Player of the Week. And then on March 9th, 2019, Culver scored 31 points against Iowa State, which was not only a season high, but also a career high. Because, yeah, that was his first season high and his first career high. Anyways, after leading the Texas Tech Red Raiders to the Big 12 regular season title, he was named Big 12 Player of the Year at the end of the conference play in the quarterfinals of the 2019 Big 12 Men's Basketball Tournament, which is funny because the 2025 Big 12 Men's Basketball Tournament is actually going on. So there is a Big 12 tournament coming up right now. Anyways, he was named, like I said, Big 12 Player of the Year at the end of conference play. Then in the quarterfinals in the Big 12 tournament, despite him scoring 26 points and hauling in 10 rebounds. I accidentally mentioned the Big 12 tournament twice, so my apologies. Anyways, they played the 10th seed West Virginia in the NCAA tournament in the Big 12 tournament, they were upsetted by the 10th seed West Virginia, but it wasn't done because the team, Culver's team actually made the 2019 NCAA Division I Men's Basketball Tournament, and Culver nearly recorded a triple-double with 29 points, 2 rebounds shy of a triple-double, and then 3 assists shy of a triple-double. So he could have got a triple-double, just had to get at least 10 rebounds and at least 10 assists. And they finished as the 14th seed against Northern Kentucky. Then, in the second round, after getting rid of Northern Kentucky, Culver helped lead to another win against 6th seed Buffalo, and he recorded a double-double of 16 points and 10 rebounds. He also recorded 5 assists, 3 steals, and 3 blocks against 6th seed Buffalo in the regional semifinals. I'm sorry if I said that wrong. Sometimes I can't say things. In the Sweet 16. Let's just say the Sweet 16, because I don't know how to say. Regional semifinal? No. Sweet 16. He helped the Texas Tech Raiders make an historic upset over the second seed Michigan. So they were able to get rid of Michigan, because the reason I say wow is because they had Cassius Winston, who was a really good player with Michigan. Well, that's what I thought. I thought he was a good player, but I don't know. Was he actually good? But anyways, Culver and the crew were able to get rid of Michigan and Cassius Winston. And he had 22 points in that game. And the craziest part about that is, in that game, I've heard that there was a big man named Owens on Culver's team who went down after trying to attempt a block, came down, and hyperextended that leg. That's tough. It is tough. Anyways, in the Elite Eight, he led Texas Tech yet again. This time he had 19 points, and they had another upset against 1 seed Gonzaga, who actually had Brandon Clark and Rui Hachimura. So Hachimura and Clark were able to make it to the Elite Eight to play Jarrett Culver and Texas Tech, then resulting in the program's first ever appearance in the national semifinals. The Final Four. So they made their first Final Four. Then during that Final Four, he had 10 points on 3 of 12 shooting, which is very horrible. So yes, he did struggle, and I get the whole point of that. They were able to win that game no matter what, even though it was hard for him to carry them. But in the championship game, Culver again struggled, only adding 15 points on his stat board. Then he had 5 of 22 shooting, which caused him to only have 15 points. So they ended up losing that game in overtime to Virginia. And then after the season ended, Culver declared for the 2019 NBA draft. And Virginia had a really good team. Like, they had DeAndre Hunter, Ty Jerome, and Kyle Guy. And the reason I feel like they made the national championship is because all those players were good and they were unstoppable. And that's why they were able to go to the national championship, because they were unstoppable. And that's why they won, because Kyle Guy, Ty Jerome, and DeAndre Hunter all stepped up. But it was mostly Ty Jerome who really went off. But anyways, back to Jarrett Culver. He decided to declare for the 2019 NBA draft after being eliminated. So I think that was his first March Madness ever, was in his sophomore year. But anyways, Jarrett Culver was drafted by the Phoenix Suns, but he was immediately traded to the Timberwolves. Now, I don't know he was necessarily traded immediately, but I feel like he was. But anyways, he was traded to the Timberwolves for Dario Saric and the 11th pick of the draft. So the trade was officially completed on July 6th. So the trade was officially made on July 6th, and then 2 days later, Culver signed a rookie scale contract with the Wolves to officially be part of the Timberwolves organization. On October 23rd, 2019, Culver made his NBA debut, coming off the bench in a 127-126 overtime win over the Brooklyn Nets. So they were able to win by 1 point. Oh, I know what game this is. This was when Kyrie was trying to hit the game winner and he missed it. And it would have been cool had it gone in. But Culver finished this game with 4 points, 2 assists, and 1 steal. Yeah, I remember that game. Kyrie fell down, got back up, and he had a chance to win the game, but Kyrie missed. But let's move back to Jarrett Culver. Anyways, on January 18th, 2020, Culver scored a career-high 26 points alongside 4 rebounds and 2 blocks in a 112-122 loss to the Toronto Raptors. Then, that was it for his rookie year. And then, next up, we're going to talk about that the next year after, the Timberwolves got a better player, and that one was Anthony Edwards. So, he really didn't do the best in his second year because they got rookie Edwards. But anyways, in his second year in the NBA, he had a season-high 20 points along 6 rebounds and 3 steals in a 109-124 loss to the Nuggets. Then on the 29th, the Timberwolves announced Culver would go a season-ending right ankle surgery on May 7th during the 2020-2021 season, and then Culver saw his role reduced from his rookie year. So, he underwent surgery for a ankle injury, and he did not play in the rest of that season. And then after that, he moved on to play for the Memphis Grizzlies, and here is how he ended up in Memphis. On August 25th, 2021, Culver was traded alongside Juancho Hernan-Gomez to the Memphis Grizzlies in exchange for Patrick Beverley. I did not know Patrick Beverley was ever picked up by them. I know Beverley never played with them, but when was he picked up by them? Anyways, on October, the Memphis Grizzlies declined Culver's 4-year option deal. And then, anyways, on April 10th, 2022, he scored a season-high 14 points in a 110-139 loss to the Boston Celtics. Then, during the first round against his former team, Culver made his first debut, obviously, and he recorded 2 points against his former team in Game 2. So, in Game 2, they were able to beat the Timberwolves off a... Never mind, I thought it was the Ja Morant game winner. But he lost to his former team, like I said, in Game 2. And then the Grizzlies ended up winning that series in 6. And they were able to advance to the second round to play the eventual champions, the Golden State Warriors. The Grizzlies lost to the Warriors in 6. And I do remember the game that the Warriors eliminated the Grizzlies. And Ja Morant was crying. But anyways, they got eliminated, and Culver didn't even do anything in the second round. So he didn't do anything at all in the second round because I remember watching that series. Didn't see him. So next up, he left the Grizzlies, or I'm going to say the Grizzlies waived him. But he went to the Atlanta Hawks for the 2022-2023 season, and he signed a 2-way contract with the Atlanta Hawks. And then on January 14th, 2014, he was immediately waived by the Atlanta Hawks. So the Hawks were not having it with him. They're like, you know what? No, we like AJ Brown. He's the youngster. We don't need a crappy youngster. We need AJ Griffin. Not a never mind. On January 26, 2023, Culver was traded to the Rio Grande Valley Vipers. Now, if you're wondering what the Rio Grande Valley Vipers are, that is the Houston Rockets G League team. So he was picked up by the Rio Grande Valley Vipers, aka Houston Rockets G League team. And then after that, he went to Osceola Magic for his current year, where he is playing at right now. On September 11th, on 9/11, Jarrett signed a contract with the Orlando Magic, but was waived a month later by the organization. Then 8 days later, he decided to join the Orlando Magic G League team, who actually has Mac McClung, who is a really great player in the G League, but I don't understand why he's not in the NBA. But anyways, Culver is currently in the G League now, and that is really horrible. Now, the only reason you make the G League is because you're not a good player, and you go there so you can improve. So, in his rookie year, which we did not talk about how much he averaged 9.2 points per game in his rookie year. Then in his second year, he had 5.3 points per game. Then with Memphis, 3.5 points per game. And then with the Atlanta Hawks, 4.4 points per game. And, yep. And during the playoffs, he only had 2.3 points per game with the Grizzlies. And that was his only time ever making the playoffs. And we're not going to know how much he's averaging right now for the Osceola Magic. So it doesn't show how much stats he's doing there. But other than that, that is where Jarrett Culver is today and how he got to the NBA in the first place. So, Jarrett Culver is, like I said, on the Osceola Magic. I think that's what you call it. But if you enjoyed this video, I want you guys to subscribe, like, and turn post notifications on so you don't miss any more of my epic J-Dog content. And if you want to see more videos about what happened to NBA players, comment down below what player you want to know and where are they now. So just let me know what player you want to know and, like, ask me, hey, J-Dog, can you make a video to tell me what happened in this player? Like, if you say, what happened to Andrew Bogut? I got you guys. So just let me know what video you want to know and just let me know, like, what player you are curious and how, where, and what you want. Oh my God, I can't speak. So like I said, just let me know what player you want to know. Like, just let me know. Never mind. No. Okay. I can't really speak right now to end this video. But what I'm trying to say is, just let me know what video you want me to make next. And just let me know. Hey, J-Dog, can you make a video? Because I don't know what happened to Andrew Bogut. Guys, I'll let you know where Andrew Bogut is. All you got to do is just ask me, Jay, where is this player? What happened to this player? I got you, bro. Okay, there we go. Now I can speak. Guys, that's why I go to speech therapy. Because we need to work more on getting better at this content. But anyways, thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and turn post notifications on so you don't miss any more of my epic J-Dog content. You know what? I might just cut the stuttering parts out of this video. Anyways, I'm J-Dog. Peace.